بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. المعقد السابع عشر، the معقد 7 number 17. الذب عن العلم والذود عن حياضه. Defending knowledge and protecting it from harm. إن للعلم حرمة وافرة توجب الانتصار له إذا تعرض لجنابه بما لا يصلح، وقد ظهر هذا الانتصار عند أهل العلم في مظاهر، منها الرد على المخالف، فمن استبانت مخالفته للشريعة رد عليه كائن من كان، حمية للدين ونصيحة للمسلمين. So he says that protecting the knowledge from harm and also defending it. So it's very important. So what the Sheikh says, the knowledge has hurma, a strong hurma. We should defend it. إذا تعرض لجنابه, if something that is trying to attack it. So if there's something that's potentially treating it in a way that is not befitting. بما لا يصلح, yes. So وقد ظهر لهذه الانتصار, the way the scholars defended knowledge, they defended in a number of ways. One of them is refuting the person who speaks wrong about the Sharia. If it's very apparent that someone is going against the Sharia in his speeches or in his writings, then scholars would refute that person, whoever it is, to protect the deen and to advise the Muslims. So of course, because if someone is misrepresenting the deen, it's very important to clarify it to others. Also, it's important to advise others, because maybe they got the wrong idea, wrong information. So it's important to advise them. Also to advise the person who is actually speaking bad about Islam, because the wrong concept will be spread around. So, and among the things, ومنها هجر المبتدع ذكره أبو يعلى الفراء إجماعا، فلا يؤخذ العلم عن أهل البدع، لكن إذا اضطر إليه فلا بأس، كما في الرواية عنهم لدى المحدثين. He says another thing that scholars do or advise is to abstain from the people who do bid'ah. Hajr is like, you stay away. You don't really mix with them. And this was mentioned by Abu Ya'la al-Farra, and he said it's actually ijma' that mubtadi' should avoid them, because it's like a disease. It actually is contagious. Even the scholars used to say that you shouldn't study from the people of bid'ah, people who do bid'ah. What is the definition of bid'ah? Bid'ah, the Prophet ﷺ said in hadith muttafaq alayh, hadith Aisha, he said, Man ahdatha fi amrina hadha ma laysa minhu fahuwa radd. Whoever innovates in our religion in what's not from it. What's not from it, that means something that doesn't have a general evidence about it. So, for example, if Allah says, do good to your parents, be good to your parents, then if you are good to your parents in some new innovative ways, then it's no problem, because you've been told to be good. Keep them as good companion. So it's fine, because you've been told generally. But if something new you have not been told to do, you just created something new, and then you add it to the religion, and you're saying, oh, this I'm doing for the sake of Allah, we get reward, then it's bid'ah. Maybe some people create a new prayer. They pray in Rajab, maybe on a specific date, and they say, okay, we get this reward, then it becomes bid'ah. So people who do bid'ah, we should avoid them, because they could affect us. And also Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah mentioned, may Allah have mercy on him, that this is not in all cases. Sometimes if there's maslahah that you think that you mix with them, they may be guided, it's okay. But in the past, anyway, we don't have people of bid'ah before. We didn't have much people of bid'ah. So it was okay if you avoid them, maybe it will help them improve. But now if they're the majority, then avoiding them may not be useful. They're just okay, they're happy. So we should look at what is beneficial. And also we have to be careful as well. Sometimes we could be affected. My sheikh told us a story of someone who married a lady who was mubtadi'. And then he said, he's going to guide her. He's going to advise her. She's going to be good. And then he ended up being a mubtadi' after that, after being married to the sister. So that's what they said. And also they said, فَلَا يُؤْخَذُ الْعِلْمُ, knowledge should not be taken from the people of bid'ah. But if it is darura, so in a matter of necessity, for example, maybe he knows hadith, this sheikh of bid'ah, he knows a hadith, a lot of hadith, and you want to go and get these hadith to riwayah. And actually at the moment we don't need, because the books are already in, hadith are already in the books now. So we don't need to get hadith from someone. They've documented, all the narrations are there. But at that time, people used to memorize hadith. So if you want more hadith, you're going to go to different people and collect hadith from them, and then they will tell you, okay, I heard from my sheikh, from this sheikh, and then you write it down. It was like during the time when Imam Bukhari was collecting hadith, Imam Muslim and the others. At that time, hadith was not collected. So that's why this question came. Should we take it from the people of bid'ah? And they say if there's darura, you can. But there's another condition not mentioned in this book. The condition is that the hadith that you are getting from the sheikh of bid'ah, it should not support their bid'ah. So let's imagine they do a particular bid'ah and then he gave you a hadith that supports it. Then you don't take the hadith. It should be a hadith that's neutral, or a hadith that actually maybe goes against that bid'ah. Because otherwise they are suspected. They could be making it up. Yeah. Okay, وَمِنْهَا زَجْرُ الْمُتَعَلِّمِ. Among the things that we do to protect knowledge is to refute a student. As a refute, at least to criticize a student, إذا تعدى في بحثه. ومنها زجر المتعلم إذا تعدى في بحثه أو ظهر منه لدد أو سوء أدب. If a student went beyond the limits to research, for example, he's asking you a question, after each question he's adding another question, he's going too deep, and you are suspecting that he's up to something, then you should tell him, okay, that's enough. Maybe he's asking questions that not really beneficial. They gave an example, actually. Someone was asking, is mentioned in Kitab Imam Sayyuti, may Allah have mercy on him, that someone was asking Prophet Nuh during his tufan, was it salty water or water that you can drink, normal water? So this was unnecessary. So if he's having a bad disrespect, bad manners, we should actually criticize the student. وإذا احتاج المعلم إلى إخراج المتعلم من مجلسه زجرا له فليفعل. He says if the teacher needs to remove the student from his majlis, kick him out of the lesson, then he should do it. كما كان يفعله شعبة مع عفان بن مسلم في درسه. شعبة was doing it to Affan bin Muslim because maybe he was misbehaving. وقد يزجر المتعلم بأعدم الإقبال عليه وترك جوابه فالسكوت جواب قاله الأعمش. A scholar called Al-A'mash, I think he's a scholar of hadith. He mentioned that among the way to sanction, actually yuzjar is not to criticize, it's actually to sanction, yuzjaru. So you can sanction him by not answering his questions or not looking at him. Al-A'mash says that. وَرَأَيْنَا هَذَا كَثِيرًا من جماعة من الشيوخ منهم العلامة بن باز فربما سأله سائل عما لا ينفعه فترك الشيخ إجابته وأمر القارئ أن يواصل قراءته أو أجابه بخلاف قصده. He said we saw this thing being done by many sheikhs. One of them is Sheikh bin Baz rahimahullah. Sometimes someone asks him a question that is not beneficial and the sheikh does not answer him. and tell the one who's reading the book to continue reading. Or he would answer in an answer that not according to the intention of the one who's asked the question, intention of the student. Yeah, it happened. Another example my sheikh gave is like someone is asking about how to add a fourth wife when he wasn't even married to one wife. He's asking about some deep matters involving adding a fourth wife. When someone has three wives and he had four. Example, yeah, he had four and then divorced one and then he wanted another fourth. And then this person asking is not even married. And it's related to idda. You know, if you have four wives and divorce one, you cannot replace unless you should be in idda. As a man, you should be in idda. This is a matter very advanced. So things like that. If you continue further, معقد الثامن عشر التحفظ في مسألة العالم. So now the first one, it was how the sheikh deals with knowledge seekers. Now number 18 is how the student should behave when he's asking questions. التحفظ في مسألة العالم, to be well reserved when you're asking the scholar or a sheikh or a teacher. فرارا من مسائل الشغب وحفظا لهيبة العالم فإن من السؤال ما يراد به التشغيب وإيقاظ الفتنة وإشاعة السوء ومن آنس منه العلماء هذه المسائل لقي منهم ما لا يعجبه كما مر معك في زجر المتعلم فلا بد من التحفظ في مسألة العالم ولا يفلح في تحفظه فيها إلا من أعمل 4 أصول. So saying that to be away from the problems and protecting the haiba of alim, the haiba of the alim, respect of the alim and his status to protect. Some questions people intend to cause problems and bring fitna or spread bad things. And if a sheikh notice that from you, then he will be, you will get what you don't like from the sheikh. If the sheikh notice that you're trying to do this. And just like you saw in the last point of sanctioning the knowledge seeker. So it's very important to be reserved in your questions and will not be successful in this except someone who does 4 things, 4 fundamentals we need to follow in asking questions. أولها الفكر في سؤاله لماذا يسأل فيكون قصده من السؤال التفقه والتعلم لا التعنت والتهكم فإن من ساء قصده في سؤاله يحرم بركة العلم ويمنع منفعته. So to think about the question, why is asking? Okay, why is asking? That's the first fundamental. You need to know why you're asking, and the intention should be to learn and increase knowledge. By this I mean something that's beneficial to you. It should be that you want to apply this in your life, or maybe you want to benefit someone else who is in a problem. It should be benefiting yourself or others, but not really beyond. Or maybe to check, whether the sheikh knows this, to test him. You should know for that. If you believe the sheikh is not good enough, it's better to go to other sheikhs. If you go to a sheikh that you don't agree with, and they go and question them and expose them like that. If a sheikh is doing something wrong, he should be refuted by other sheikhs, not by knowledge seekers. So we shouldn't have an intention of disturbing the sheikh, والتهكم when making fun of them and disrespecting them through questions. He said whoever has a wrong intention in his question, he will not get the barakah of knowledge or will not get the benefit. الأصل الثاني, the second fundamental, التفطم إلى ما يسأل عنه فلا تسأل عما لا ينفع فيه إما بالنظر إلى حالك أو بالنظر إلى المسألة نفسها. You should be thinking about it and understanding what you are asking. You should not ask what doesn't have benefit by looking at your situation or by looking at the actual topic. It could be something that has happened already and we are not going to benefit from it. So what's the difference between these two then? The first one is to have good intention, and the second one is to ask about something that's beneficial. ومثله السؤال عما لم يقع. Some people ask questions actually about something that has never happened, and it's very low possibility that it will happen. So the sheikh will have to research and think and do qiyas, and this thing may not even happen. وما لا يحدث به كل أحد. Sometimes some people would ask a question that usually not most people should be asked. Okay, there are things that should not be answered in public, like everyone to be told. Only the people that concerns them. Because people who don't have knowledge, they might be confused by that matter. So only some people should be specialized in that. So you shouldn't ask things like that in a big majlis. I can give you example, actually. The Prophet ﷺ once told Mu'adh something about La ilaha illallah. And then Mu'adh told the Prophet ﷺ, shall I go and tell everyone? The Prophet said, no, don't tell everyone. Because it was like, whoever says La ilaha illallah enters Jannah. But of course it means, the one who applies and everything. But people are going to misunderstand, and they think they just say La ilaha illallah, they don't even pray. So the Prophet ﷺ told Mu'adh, don't tell other people. Because he was so happy that I want to tell everyone. So Prophet ﷺ stopped him. So yes, that's some stuff they're not told to everyone. You have to reach that level. الأصل الثالث, the third أصل is الانتباه إلى صلاحية حال الشيخ للإجابة عن سؤاله فلا يسأله في حال تمنعه ككونه مهموما أو متفكرا أو ماشيا في طريق أو راكبا سيارته بل يتحين طيب نفسه. Shouldn't ask the sheikh in a bad situation. Maybe he's busy, maybe he's stressed at that time, maybe he's just thinking about something, maybe he's walking, maybe he's driving, or he's in a car. You should look at a good time to ask the sheikh. I think they are talking about like if you always walk with the sheikh or you're his like a friend. الأصل الرابع, the fourth أصل is تيقظ سائلي إلى كيفية سؤاله بإخراجه في صورة حسنة متأدبة فيقدم الدعاء للشيخ ويبجله في خطابه ولا تكون مخاطبته له كمخاطبة أهل السوق وأخلاط العوام. So to be awake and see how you're asking. You should bring it in a better way, and you can make dua to the Shaykh. أحسن الله إليكم. Actually, mashallah, when I used to attend my lessons, many sheikhs I attended with, I used to see people used to ask like this, especially in Saudi Arabia. أحسن الله إليك, may Allah do good to you, and then they ask him the question. They will never start like that, this question. So good speech, dua, and also should not speak like people of the market or the various people of the laymen, the way they speak. We shouldn't speak like that, like you're speaking to your friend. Oh, what do you think about that? Oh, how about you? So it shouldn't be like that. And this is the end of this adab, and we'll have 2 more adab next week. رب زدنا علما وارزقنا فهما يا رب العالمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.